congratulations, you are the winner of 2017,
Yes.
the Grey Interior Design Challenge.
I know.
Do a little dance.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Amazing.
Still kind of sinking in, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's a couple of months on now and I'm still like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
So
actually
obviously
did
the
that.
show's just gone out, but it was filmed last summer. So
Yeah.
you have had a bit of time to digest
Yes.
what has just happened to you.
Yes, yeah, a little bit of time.
Kelly Hoppen, Daniel Hopwood have just said you are the one to watch.
No, it's
For
crazy.
interior design. Well earned, you know. I mean, obviously I was there for the final and I thought your designs were awesome. Very intelligent, very edgy, very new, very bold, very daring. I mean, you definitely pushed the envelope for those homeowners, didn't
They
you?
said they wanted to be challenged, so
Yeah.
that's exactly what I
Okay,
did.
so that was, they asked for it, right?
Yeah, I picked out that word and run with that.
Yeah, so how did
actually-
you know, tackle that brief? Because, you know, on one hand you need to answer the brief, but on the other hand you need to showcase to the judges that you are the one who's going to make waves in the interior design industry, and you don't do that from playing safe, do you?
No, you don't.
So how did you find walking that line?
Well, I think even before I got the brief, I decided that I was going to go down in flames. Do you know what I mean? I thought, you know, this is my last chance. I'm not going to get this again. And the whole time throughout the other episodes, I'd actually really considered every part of the brief that I'd got and really stuck to it. And sometimes it left me with really a disappointed feeling afterwards because I wasn't putting myself out there enough.
Okay, so
I
you were finding that in order to answer the briefs, you were having to compromise your own design sensibilities.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, I had this kind of thought, and I thought, what am I here for?
This
I'm
is
here
your
to
platform.
show. Yeah, okay, yes, I know.
So did you take the brief and kind of tear it up?
I basically did. Yeah, I looked at it and went, okay, and just.
So this
thought,
was
yeah.
you very much wanted to show the judges what you could do, and what you're about.
Yeah, the only points I stuck to were their needs as such. Like they needed an L-shaped sofa, and I'm like, okay, great, I've got to do that on £1,000.
Yeah, tell me about that L-shaped sofa. That was a little bit ropey, I thought.
Oh, that was really ropey.
Not your finest.
No,
sofa.
me not. Have you ever made an L-shaped sofa?
No, and I don't think I ever will.
But there's a few ropey moments, but it was. They asked me for an L-shaped sofa, and the whole room, lighting, this, that, and the other, a cabinet for their TV. I'm like, because you know, I basically just divided the £3,000 into 3 rooms.
Right,
so
is that how you do it then? Because it's very
basically
hard to manage that budget, and that is tight budget.
Yeah, no, it is. You know, I pushed it a little bit here and there.
Borrowed a little bit.
Yeah, but I generally stuck to that rule, and I just thought, how can I do it? You know, if I put a small seat in there, they're going to go, well, that's not enough. Their old sofas were not great, you know. No, they inherited them from the previous owner, so they weren't going to
So it had to be a new sofa.
But
I think, you know, on the whole, you know, and I've seen your house, you are really good at making a budget and finding things on a budget, or even mimicking more luxurious textures and surfaces. Like, for example, the marble, which I know is a real signature of your look.
Yes, yeah.
But obviously, real marble is exorbitant.
Yes.
So you kind of fake it up. But how do you feel about that, sort of faking up finishes?
I think that it's fine. You know, I'm not going to fake something to sell, you know, and I'm really against that, you know, when you kind of have designers, you know, like, or even in fashion, you know, where they're ripping off the labels and selling and making money from it. I would never do that. But I think in your own home, fill your boots, you know. Yeah. And if you like something that's, you know, £3,000, emulate it as best you can. Why not? You know, if your natural style isn't high street, which mine isn't, you know, I really should be a multi-millionaire, and then I'd be laughing. My house would be amazing, but I'm not. So I have
to. You've got champagne taste on beer money, is my mum would say.
Yeah, on like water money, more like at the moment anyway. But no, it's you know, I think that's.
So you use that philosophy very well then in the design challenge. You've almost taken the philosophy that you have in your own home. You want this high-end look, but you're gonna fake it up.
Yeah.
And you use that on design challenge, and it works really well because obviously for lots of people, not just yourself, to add, for lots of us, we don't have pots and pots of money for high-end interior design, but we still want to have something that looks really cool.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I do, you know, go to IKEA a lot, but I'll mix it up with a bit of vintage, and it is kind of like fashion as well, like you would do as well. You mix high street with designer and vintage and things like that, and that's what I try to do in my home. And I think it works. It gives, you know, kind of a nice vibe, and it gives the luxury look that I'm after.
So did you sort of apply that ethos to all your schemes throughout the challenge? I think that's what helped get you through.
Yeah, I did really. Yeah,
making it look like it cost a bit more than it really did.
Yeah, just giving it that little kind of finish that makes it look a bit more expensive.
And So that's sort of like the fixtures and finishings. Where do you get your inspiration from? Because I can see, which was displayed very much in the final, you have a very strong particular branded look. Is that something that you're running with, or where does the inspiration for that come from?
I don't really have any inspiration as such. You know, there are a few designers and you know, kind of artists as well.
So who do you like?
I love Demore Studio, they're amazing. And then, I don't know, I do take a lot of inspiration from art, I suppose, really. Like my Jürgen Teller photographs and things like that, just kind of odd spaces that I like.
What, and you pick colours from there?
Yes, colours and kind of fabrics as well. So it's kind of quite obscure, but I've always been a bit obscure. And
then that makes it original, right?
Yeah.
If you're taking, if you're not being literal, like going on Pinterest, seeing a really like and copying it.
No, I try not to do that. No, I try to pick colours from elsewhere, or I will flip through Vogue or something and see, you know, a Gucci advert or something and see where I might draw that into interiors.
The colours and the patterns and whatever.
Yeah, and the mood as well.
Right.
You know, so at the moment, Gucci is having like a 70s moment. I love it.
There's loads of pattern clashing going on.
Yeah, exactly. So now I am kind of going in that vibe.
So you're quite influenced by, because I mean, I'd say you're a very contemporary and edgy designer, and you like keeping your finger on the pulse, like say reacting to what's happening in fashion.
Yeah, definitely.
To then put that into your interior design.
Yeah. I love Torrance here. I love this show. I think that's so gorgeous, and I sat on it earlier. You really sink back into it, which I love with sofas. Something that I can quite easily put my feet up. Like, I feel like I'm almost in bed. Somewhere half between a sofa and a bed is great for me. This one's really, really comfortable. So I'm going to choose my colour. I love this limey shade here, but I think I'm going to go for a rich velvet. Let's see, maybe a green, I think. That's gorgeous. Feet go dark, I think, on this one. Yeah, lovely. That's what I try to do. I think that, you know, fashion does
You've got
dictate.
a background in fashion, right?
I do, yeah. That's what I was in for 15 years. So
as a photographer?
No, as a fashion designer. So
right.
yeah, so my degree is in fashion and things like that. So, you know, I started out like that, and I think it just influences me still.
So tell me why you made the move from fashion to interiors, or why you wanted to make the move.
So for me, I think it was babies. You know, that
Babies
was
and
it.
fashion.
I don't. I was doing such long hours in fashion, like incredibly long hours. You know, 12 o'clock at night, fashion weeks, things like that. Just, I don't know, lots of events that you have to go to. And I had my first baby and fell too much in love. And I just thought, I don't want to go back to work, and I don't want to do that life. So I had
so you've
some
got
time
two kids, right?
Yeah.
And they're 4 and
2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's still a pretty full-on age, though, isn't it? I'm sure they don't afford you loads of free time.
No, it's a good job, but I don't like sleep. I'm like, yeah.
So how do you make it work, running a career and
Late
being a mum?
nights,
So it's
yeah. And my kids go to bed late as well. They're like 10 o'clock bedtime.
No way!
Both of
Sort
them.
that out.
Oh, I've tried. Trust me, they are like, but they're night owls like me, so I think that's
So
why.
do you get up early and work then?
I'm going to try and do that. You know, that 5 a.m. club, I'm going to try and mix it. I need to, I'm going to suffer from like jet lag feeling, but I'm going to try and do that because the late nights are killing me now. I'm getting too old, I think.
I could not handle Arthur being up till 10. That would completely kill me off. I'm like 7 o'clock.
It's mental, but then
it's a juggle, isn't it? And it's really tiring.
And that's the thing, I would never sacrifice the time of my children, because especially when they're this young, I enjoy them so much. And as much as, you know, I might seem like I'm complaining about having children, but, you know, they're really important to me. So
they're really little for a short time.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that, you know, although my career is almost as important, you know, it's super important. It's the only thing that kind of really makes me happy consistently is doing well in my career. You know, everything else in life gives you ups and downs, doesn't it? But if your career is doing well, I think it just kind of gives me life, basically.
So you've never stopped working? You've just made a slow move. Doing less fashion, and then obviously entering for this show. That's hard. I mean, it is a hard task, isn't it? You're given very short time needs to prepare the rooms. Yeah. Then the whole filming process is absolutely exhausting. I mean, how did you juggle all of that? You must have a really good husband, or?
Well, He is quite good at times. Once again, it was late nights. It was, you know, I'd get the brief midday, I'd read through it whilst I'm on the sofa cooking dinner.
Right.
And then as soon as kids to bed, I'm up until 6 in the morning doing it, doing mood boards. And that was like it. So
because your mood boards were impeccable, I have to say.
Thank you.
Flag that up, they're absolutely gorgeous. You can see you put a lot into them.
I really enjoy doing that part of it. I think that's a really nice, you know, part to get all your ideas together.
I mean, what are your big term career goals?
So I think for me, I'm doing, I've got my website up now, and I want to push, you know, I want to make a brand, basically.
Okay. So move over, Kelly Hoppen.
Yeah.
Daniela Tusker-York's here now.
Maybe not.
But definitely to have your own interior design business would be the ultimate goal.
I'd like to incorporate some products. I've got some designs for products. I think I'm used to designing products with fashion, you know, so I'm used to kind of putting, you know, an idea on paper and seeing it, you know, in real life. So I think, we've got some products coming up, and then we've also, just anything that comes my way, really.
So you up for doing interior design projects yourself? I mean, can I ring you up and get you to come around and design my house?
Yeah, definitely. I'd love that. Yeah.
So you're open for business?
I am officially open for business. Yeah. Exciting.
Well, I've got absolutely no doubt that you're going to be hugely successful. I loved watching you on the show.
Hi guys, and welcome to the final video for Revamp Restyle Reveal, the big reveal of my master suite, and it's finished. I didn't think it was going to be possible. We did it. It was very touch and go, and on Thursday this still looked like a building site, believe it or not, and Friday it all came together, and I am so pleased with the result. We all are as a family. It's just blown us away, and you know, all the pieces are beautiful. My husband's now speaking to me again because I'd really stressed him out over these past 4 weeks. There was dust over his clothes and he was not happy, and he's actually got a smile on his face now. So it's all been worth it. It's all been worth it, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Perhaps not, just give me a couple of weeks off and then maybe I'll start renovating again. But yeah, it's been really, really fantastic, and loads of fun as well, getting to know the other bloggers. So thank you for those guys, because without them, you know, they were my support throughout this whole thing, and we all kept each other going, and it was such a lovely process. So thank you guys for that, and also thank you of course to our sponsors, because definitely without those guys this wouldn't have been possible. Their products have blown me away. They have just made everything so special in this room. I'm so excited to actually live here now. I can't believe I get to live here. This is my bedroom, guys. I get to actually like wash in here and sleep in here. It's so fun, it's so exciting, and I feel so very, very lucky. But trust me, I've worked hard for this, I promise. It has been so tough, but 100% worth it, and I can't wait to hear all your comments. Hopefully you like what I've done, and hopefully I'll be back for another season of Revamp Restyle Reveal next time, and next time I'm going to do a broom cupboard, just for ease, because I can't do another bathroom ever again, I don't think. It's been tough, but yeah, let me know your thoughts, and if you need to know anything, please read my blog. I'm going to detail everything there, so you're going to know all the products, and they'll link you straight to them, and straight to all the websites that you need to know to get this look. And yeah, if I've missed anything out, please just email me, and I'll sort things out for you. But yeah, thanks guys. You ready? I'm going to give you a quick overview, and then I'm going to talk through the pieces individually. But yes, welcome to my new room. Look at it. Look how pretty it is. It's so gorgeous. I don't actually think that I could be more pleased. It's so incredible. It feels like a completely different room, let alone just, you know, a bit of decor here and there. It feels like we live in a different house. Look at it, it's so pretty. I'm so pleased. Just all connects perfectly. There's a better flow now. The colours are gorgeous, and everything's really cohesive. Just feels like a really cool hotel room, which is what I want, because I bloody love hotels, so it's nice to now actually feel like I'm living in one instead of trying to escape to one all the time. So look, now I'm going to talk you through the pieces. David Hunt lights are looking absolutely gorgeous, especially with the fireplace. It just, I'm so glad that I added the fireplace in, because it makes this room feel less like a corridor, less like a long awkward shape, and just has a bit of interest and character. And the fire is raging, it's lovely. We've got David Hunt lights there, beautiful mirror, and then I've put some artwork up, with some downlights, surface mounted downlights. Here are the beautiful curtains. I'm so glad with how they turned out. They were the perfect fabric choice. And my soak radiator, looking beautiful, so much better than the one that was previously in the room. And my blinds, they do exactly what I hoped, which was add a diffusion to the horrible lead windows that I just really hated. And they just make them look really modern and fresh. Then coming across, we've got my gorgeous, gorgeous bed from West Elm. And I can tell you, I slept on it last night and oh my God, it's a dream, absolute dream. Beautiful lamps from West Elm, more curtains. My chair from Flock. The towel rail there, which I'm actually going to use for magazines and things like that as well. Ensuite, tiles from Carpietra, and all the accessories, fittings and fixtures from Soak. Lighting, David Hunt. The metals in here to keep it looking really fresh. So we've got pewter, brass and matte black. Which sounds a bit scary, but it really, really works. You can see the play on fabrics here. This is the rug from West Elm, and I've used it as a carpet, so I've actually even cut it around the fireplace. It's gorgeous. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I think it's called Shale Stratations. I might have that totally wrong. But it's on their website now and it's so gorgeous. Look at it. It's got lovely, lovely tones in. And this one is huge. It's, I think, 3 meters 66 by 276. And yeah, huge, absolutely massive and really, really cool. It's not too much of a deep pile, so it keeps it quite modern, but lovely texture to it. And this little fella here, I've shown him in my stories. This is the hot and cool air purifier from Dyson, and it's been my best friend in this whole process because we were freezing whilst the heating was off and all the plumbing was going on, so we had this on constantly. And it tells you how pure the air is, which is great when I've got, you know, my new baby. So I love that fact that, you know, I feel safe that we're breathing clean air in. Yeah, it's cool little. So my other lights from David Hunt. I've got 2 in that corner there, which are gorgeous, and then I've also got one over here hanging above the Flock stool. It just balances the light perfectly. They are actually, I'm going to show them up close because they need to be seen. Look, so gorgeous. They're like a brushed antique brass finish. They're dimmable. So here's my Sonos. I absolutely love this. I'm not really a technology geek, but oh my gosh, this is just the dream. It's so good because you can do everything hands-free. So Alexa, I don't even know how I'm going to talk about it all. There's so much to take in. I mean, if you saw my first video, you'll know what it's like and you'll be able to see the before photos on my blog. It's just the biggest change, the biggest transformation I think I've ever seen in a room ever. It's just unreal.